What's up, everybody? This is Tatiana from the Heart Pill Podcast, and of course, I'm back again with another message. As you come into the video, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you care. Hit that notification bell so you can be updated with all of my brand new content. And if you really support me, head down to my description box where there is a link to my Patreon where you can subscribe. I put out a lot of different episodes over there exclusively, not for the public, where I get a lot more personal. And again, if you want to join the family, then link me. Anyway, yeah, let's get into the message. So I wanted to come on and discuss today about grieving people who are still alive. I know a lot of you know that I talk about, love, relationships, different things that I've personally experienced in my life, dating, yada, yada, yada. Um, the one thing that I haven't discussed is how to properly move on from being in a relationship with somebody. And honestly, I can use this as a testimony because I'm still kind of like going through it now. Um, a lot of us were never taught how to grieve the living. And to be honest, most of us continuously use people throughout our lives as rebounds because we're never taught to have a season of isolation or solitude to ourselves to really discover like who we are, do our healing, and prioritize the different things that we want, and require within a partner, and what we should require um from ourselves moving forward, right? So the thing about grieving is that it's like a roller coaster ride. There are going to be some days when you're really sad. There are going to be some days when you feel angry, and days that you don't want to get out of bed, days that you feel really happy and you're up and you're energetic, and days when you miss the person, days when you don't, days where you sit and reflect about the relationship and try to determine like, is there anything that you could have did better? Is there anything they could have did better? You have to understand that when you get to a point with somebody where you have to cut ties, um it's just going to hurt. If you don't grieve, if you don't properly deal with grief is going to catch up with you. It doesn't matter if you're, single. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. If you don't properly go through the right kind of process in order to, maybe not necessarily seek counseling, but me personally, what I like to do is I like to absorb like different content that helps me, in the forgiving process. Like maybe forgiving that person for what they did, forgiving myself for what I've done. Also just different like tips and tricks in order to move on from somebody. And a large part of that is like not checking their social media. Just me personally, I delete and block everybody. Once you out of my life, you out of my life. I don't believe in the whole being friends things because that's just too messy for me. Like, if you wanted to be my friend, you should have kept it that way. And to be honest, like, I tell people, like, once you cross that line, once you cross that boundary of, wanting to pursue me in a romantic way, you're going to have to understand you can't come back from that. And you're going to have to deal with the consequences if we no longer are together anymore, because I'm not about to be used as, some kind of supply to give you like attention or sex or whatever it is, men like to use women for, when they have them in the friend zone. Like, first of all, I'm too fly for that. Like, I'd be damned if a dude try to put me in a friend zone, child. And I don't do that to people neither. Like, I would never break up with somebody and be like, I think we should just be friends and da da da. Because what it is implying is that, I want to keep you on a back burner just in case it doesn't work out with anybody else. And you're kind of like, here is like, you're a part of my insurance policy. So, and to be honest, when you have people on a side like that, it just implies that you never really loved them for real. It just proves that you just want to use them. That's why I don't particularly believe in being friends with somebody, because if I loved you once, like, there's no way that we could just go back to being just like cool. Like, we done had very nasty moments with each other. Like, there's no way that, we can ever just be friends. And again, I think some people use their exes, it's kind of like a safety net when they get into like new relationships, or, as an outlet to receive attention or money or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can use you for a variety of different things, and it ain't even necessarily got to be, money or sex. It could just be whatever. People will use you for attention, and you could just be easily just feeding their ego. But me, I'm too raw of a chick, so I'm not participating in the shenanigans. But anyway, the grieving process is like really hard. I mean, no, okay, let me take that back. I'm not grieving. I I am currently single, and because I am taking the time out to just like properly heal, to really rid this person like out of my system, because I was with them for a couple of years. you know it's going to take a while, and I'm comfortable with that. And the one thing that I want to give the next person moving into the next situation is just like, I want to give him my full undivided attention without me having in the back of my head like, yo, the only reason why I have you around right now is because I actually really still think about my ex a whole lot, but I'm just using you as a distraction. Like, that's mad trash. And that's essentially what all of us do. Like, you think that if you've been with somebody for a couple of years, you're going to get over them in a month if you truly love them. You're not. You're not. If we're being honest, you're not. What most people do is they get on dating websites, or they meet people out or whatever. And because they're sad, because they're lonely, because they don't know how to sit with themselves and, stop running away from their own shadow, they, immediately want to get wrapped up in other people because they haven't dealt with the grieving, and like I said, I had to take out time for myself to just like properly move on. And properly moving on is hard. But I rather, go through this tough process. It's not even tough. I don't even know why I keep saying it. In the beginning, it was tough. Now, because I've gotten used to giving myself affirmations, I've gotten used to listening to content that helps me stay in the mind frame of, no, you don't really want to go back to that situation. That's just your attachment. That's just your toxic attachment talking. That's your codependent attachment talking. It's just like, no, you really don't want to go back to that person. You really don't want to go back to that situation because y'all broke up for a reason. You told this person what you told them, and you no longer deal with them anymore because they didn't want to deal with the fact of making you a priority. So now it is time for you to move on. There are 7 billion people in the world. This is not going to be the last connection that you have in your life. And you probably think that after every single relationship, like, oh my God, my life is over. I'm never going to meet anybody as special like them again. Like, child, shut up. Shut up. Right? And I can honestly say that after every single breakup that I had, I thought it was like the end of the world. And then I got over it. But I didn't get over it in the most healthiest way. Now, because I'm an adult, right? And because I have a little bit more emotional intelligence, and because I want to use the right strategies when entertaining somebody else and aligning that good energy with me, I don't want to align with anybody coming from a desperate place, a needy place, like I said, I just don't want to, excuse me, I don't want to have an unhealthy attachment right off the bat, starting with anybody else because I feel lonely, because I feel depressed, because I feel desperate for attention, and because I'm literally just trying to use somebody as a distraction. Like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool. If you want to align with people with a healthy mind, just as yours, then you're just going to have to go through this thing. You're going to have to tough it out, and you're going to have to take it on the chin. So, to be honest with you, being single is really dope. Like, I get up in the morning, I be dancing around. I gotta bust out my squats in a couple of minutes, actually. But like, it's really dope to know, like, yo, I really made it through my single season and my season of isolation without needing anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that's just one thing that's like, I think I put it like on my list of like achievements of things that I've overcame that I've never like tried to do or try to accomplish before. I don't think a lot of people try to see what it's like just to get to know themselves all over again, or to deal with their trauma, or to, just properly love yourself. So I'm super proud of my single season and my season of isolation or solitude or whatever you want to call it, and what is to come for me in the future. It is about to be November, so it's about to be very cold outside. I was lightly thinking about getting on dating apps again, but I don't know, child. I might just because and the reason why I say that is because it's cold and I don't I'm not one of those people who likes to go to like clubs and bars and stuff like that. So it's like, when else would I be meeting people like other than me like going and running errands and stuff like that? But there are like a different there are different I don't know why I can't talk. There are different places where they have like different like I'm definitely going to this exhibit in November, which I cannot wait. I'm going to that. And a couple of other different places. Like I said, if you go, especially like if you go like on your Facebook, I know there's another app for it, but if you go to like your events and everything like that, you can go to different places. Like, you don't need people to go and do things or to explore, or go out to eat or to have fun or to travel and do, like, people just really think that you just always need somebody. And I'm just happy that I'm one of those people where I could just do things by myself, and happy that it doesn't bring me anxiety. I'm not a person who really enjoys like big crowds and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, I realize when I go out and when I am amongst a whole bunch of people, like, I just kind of like psych myself out and be like, okay, I'm here. And that's whether I'm with somebody or not. I just have like a little bit of social anxiety sometimes, but it's not even like social anxiety. It's the thought of ending up in a place and catching social anxiety. Like, and then when I get there, I'd be fine. So it's kind of just like me having to like stop overreacting. But child, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, this winter season is gonna be great. I can't wait to I can't wait for this season and what it's going to bring to me. But again, there are many and multiple ways that you can properly grieve someone. Like I said, I think the best thing to do is, one, just disconnect, delete them off of all your social media, get rid of those videos, get rid of those pictures. The one thing that you cannot do is you can't not think about them. Like, you're going to think about them, but when you do start to have like negative thoughts, try to redirect your energy. Maybe play some upbeat music. Don't play no sad songs. Don't do that. Like, play some like upbeat music. Get in your gangster bag, all right? play some upbeat songs. Look at positive content. And also, if you came out of a toxic situation, try to get on the content wave of how to deal with like a toxic ex, or how to keep difference or distance or in no contact with someone who is an ex. There's plenty, there's hundreds and thousands of videos out there, like on YouTube and different things like that, of what you can do to watch. And if you really really want to get into it, I would say the best thing to do is like go to God about it. Like me, I prayed a lot, I cried a lot, I asked a lot of questions, I received a lot of blessings, I dealt with my trauma, I went through a whole spiritual journey, which was very freaking scary. But on the flip side of that, I feel as if I am like 1,000 times better than I ever have been in my whole entire life. And I believe it is because I stopped trying to take shortcuts and I just went through the terrain. Even though it was crazy, like, I just went through the bumpy terrain and managed to get out on the other side. And again, it's not like you're going to have days where you don't think about this person or you don't miss them. That is absolutely normal. But don't pick up that phone. Don't write that letter. Don't follow them on social media. Don't look at their social media, you psycho. I'm just playing. But don't look at their social media. Just know that that person is living their life. You are living your life, and whatever in the future that is coming to you and whatever you have in store for you is going to be greater than whatever you had. So, yeah, that's how I just managed to stay on an up and up, child. But anyway, I think this video is way too long. I'm coming up on 15 minutes, child. Anyway, Get out in the comment section. Show love if you like. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you can. And I will talk to y'all on the next message. I love y'all how I love y'all. Later.